Hey everybody, Sarah here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in NBA 2K24 going for the It's Easy Being Green achievement. This is to get 10 perfect release shots in a game. Before we get started, we're going to go over into features so we can adjust some things. Start out by going into settings. We are going to crank the quarter length all the way up so we have as much time as we can to work on this. So get that up to 12 minutes, turn off fatigue and injuries, and then make sure you back out. Next, you want to make sure you head into the sliders. We're going to crank up all of the user sliders all the way up to 100. Then we're going to hit right trigger to go to CPU sliders, and we're going to crank everything down to 0. This is going to give us the biggest advantage possible. Once you have that to your liking, we're going to back out and then head into coach settings for our final destination. And then we're going to set all of the auto settings over to manual. This will make sure that the game doesn't stop automatically when we don't want it to. That should be it for settings. We're going to head on over to play now so we can start up a game. So make sure you select that. We're going to do this in quick play. Once you pick that, you're going to want to pick your teams. If you want an easier time at this, you can also plug in a second controller and then put that on the opponent's side. Make sure you let the game start up and then make sure you get the ball on the side going for the achievement. Then your goal is to start putting up those perfect release shots. So every time you shoot the ball, you're going to hold the shoot button, and a perfect release shot is letting go of the button as soon as the meter hits the green zone. If you time it correctly, you should get the little green icon above the basket as the ball is going in. So make sure you try to work on that and then get your timing down. Whenever you have the ball on the side helping out, just make sure you either throw the ball away, get a backcourt violation by running it back past the half-court line, or going out of bounds. That should turn the ball back over to the side going for the achievement, and just make sure you keep putting up shots. You don't necessarily have to hit them all in a row, just make sure you hit them. We do have the quarter length maxed out, so we have the entirety of the 48 minutes to work with. So plenty of time here for you to figure out the timing, and of course adjusting the sliders is going to make things pretty easy. Now, you don't necessarily have to use the same player for all 10 shots, so if you're having trouble with getting the timing down on a particular player, you can always try to experiment around with the other players that you have available to you. As long as you make 10 in one game, that's going to be what counts. So make sure you try to play around with everyone's timing until you figure out one that's comfortable for you. A couple of other things, obviously the closer you are to the basket, the easier the shot's going to be. Make sure you don't stand too close though. You want to make sure you definitely try to stay out of the paint because you're probably going to end up doing a layup or a dunk. So you want to try to attempt this from the mid-range or farther out. Of course, if you are doing this with two controllers, that's going to make things even easier because you can have the second controller who's helping out move the defender out of the way, which is going to give you an even bigger zone to work with. Nonetheless, once you hit the halfway mark, you should be good for the green zone achievement. That's going to be 15 gamer score. Then we're going to keep going in the same game, and we're going to get to 10 eventually. And once we do hit the 10th and final shot that we need, we should be good for this one. Another 15 gamer score, 2 achievements, 30 gamer score total. And that's all there is to it.